it according to the gospel of Honorable Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa. Adentra ose nanado etu kwan or charter plane. Na saa time no Honorable Dominic Nitiwul, former defense minister, not the insem abetu dwa wachire Ghana for say presidential jet no Ghana dia no sheda enimu papa enoti na omo dane eni na in the midst of sa eni dane no anase yes sa ehye no wiemhye no presidential jet no ese so mampani etu kwan na okodi djuma enoti according to NDC Samuel Okudzeto Honorable Ablakwa ene ne nkrofo a no mo NDC no se na ehu hia se omampani sabre no na Ghana fo bi wa na komode wom na Ghana fo bi da hono mo a sebe omo twerɛtwerɛ enyema ewo ebo so school fo enunti etumi mmase omampani wo oman a omanfo no komode wom ne ombedi kra omunya na ofa chartered flight anase private jet edumri bi emo so omampani kra no odware ewo ewiem ema wo ugidie ema brantie Okudzeto Samuel Ablakwa Honorable wo se saa time no na senia de bia meka no ye mampani dada ninsemo anase ye mampani a otisui ninsemo okan ye those times wo se eduru abato a ne obeka bia ma nipa akoma anase adwene adane ama ono eno na woka etu training ode ama Okudzeto mu ne ade na omo so saa abato mremu no asem bia ombeka ama ato wutrim no wato aba mom no eno okaka ye bi ene se ono eba aban mu te se ne o ma ba aban mu no oka no in opposition ono eba aban mu a na se omampani John Mahama ene na ban omu nim na se omu koye ne ananado ye na ono se owo dibre ewo aban mu a obe resign ode ne dibre ebeto ho obegya to ho no wako esane se ne na oye no na enye se wotan na nado ne na ban na it was on a matter of principle enuti ena waka na nado de na ka so omo ba aban mu te se ne omo ba aban mu ya na so oye minister na se aban no eso ekofa sa private jet bi badia na nyame anim obehwe nyame anim na ode ne dibre na ato ho na wa pepa ne nsa every government no minimum ka sei odaso minister of foreign affairs Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa Honorable odaso ye minister for foreign affairs na Ghana for no trebia ya na sene omuka no ye yare refre sa sem we ba ya Ghana for be hold abrante accountable no na chama wuntumi de be fefefe mu asisi chama wuntumi nko ade ne yeka ma sa private jet asem we ye jato. That is strategy. But sa strategy no working ema ebi mu ye mu bi there, it doesn't work on us. Usha media stations ni nyina omu nyina ejai saa asem we kan na wuntumi o na yoko na we enuti se wuntumi yoko echina the next time you say financial intelligence wine crime whatever almost no ache no because ye mpese ye bejai saa asem na Ghana for akai the private jet saga. Enuti se wu se na ye di nkomo a na ye mpese o madwene be ebe ye o se ye so ye yare refree no ye yare refree. That is why enenumre ye bedi Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa Honorable eye ne ho enkomo private jet wo kan ya ma ayi asofo kwa gini die so ye saint ono de odogana esa ne se satam na Ghana fo bi wo ntumi ntodokro eni na Ghana fo bi wo ho no ma sabe pure water 50 pesos no ntumi ntobi nom no mampani be ni na ni timu odin no ni manfo komode wom no osori a na wafa private jet ekoso oman millions eye Okudzeto Ablakwa na okana na ado ho asem no nkranfo ka asem bi wo se eshomo no wo ye den a ebeduru so enuti wo kasa no are very very careful. Last 2 weeks ye fa some baako no de saying some George na te George ni nsem a okan ye in opposition ene ni awoka no ye bokakra e de kirem ye compile ni nyina so that de bia mekase abato a serious business se MPP ni ba no odada wa fakwa dwundwen mu NDC ni ba na so otwa ntro afakwa dwundwen mu na se ni awowa adwene ye wo no wo de ayede wo de abobra enye se nipa no betra se ne yeti hei ne ayebeka bia no wo de wutifie no afa no se ne yete na emoma ha de aha se wo de wo fidie ni to hansem ayebeka no eye nokure trodo nti wo betumi ede eye abon bra ba baby foforo de as I'm telling you womuka asem no based on the amount of money abese wo pocket mu anuti yebedi eye okujeto ablakwa the private jet saga adentina make sa eye vice president professor Jane Nana Opoku Agyapong ana Nana Jane Opoku Agyapong emra na ne homfa no a okọ medical leave ewo UK abrochi memo okohwe okosa ne ho yare na Ghana fododo na so ene kasa fa ho nyame adom yemu bi ye bompaye edemanu program we so mbeka ya na nyame adom yete se ne ho atono a na maame ebafie mekura minya ya nka airport o ka mekoye but we mu de o mama me kwan ti maame ebeduru ye no na nyame anum no kure ni na efe yie anka obi beka se anka that should be the end, but because of the fact that the mom penny ene the previously no catch say edu abato brea ne obeka bia ma nipa kuma adane ama no na obeka de mfa ho se ntro a na wodi twam no kura na wodi fam kakaka omode frafra e de maye enyam na meka the current president his excellency John Dramani Mahama ono kan sa asem no enti ni mnantie no wa training ema ampa during the elections campaign period no ombeka nsema kese enti ebehia ehu behia ene no ye de Ghana sika ene ehwom enti ehu behia se ensem bi omuka no adano no ene ensem wo omuka no ye bebo mu nkaye se mo kai containers a minister for energy John Jinapo ba ya obeka kire Ghana fo nyina se hey MPP for ya kronfo enuti omawia 1300 plus containers John Jinapo honorable Emma yeti asese ene Ghana one of the best port Tema port one of the best port in the world edrum pempenso bia ye politics inti cheap politics inti a home minister etumi begina simpie so e ka kire Ghana for say containers so enye 20 foot apo 40 kakaka tintin ni bi emu mako apem ni akire etumi atu afri eye Tema port ema dodo na den agidie se ne be Ghana fo be hu se ampa previous administration ni de me gidi se okura no bia okan bi ene se enye 1300 no kan se ayira no o se o mahu emu mako 2600 plus nti ko san aye bisa ne se eba ne se na papa edi mrika edi sa information e betu dwa former MD for ECG ebeka se enye nokre se containers ayira ono na no wo ho e na abansesa eden ebaye e na omo yin fro e na yede foforo aba nia no wo ho na containers no odi hu dwuma no o se enye nokre esa ne se habo Tema habo se upin kra e wo ho entumi yira sa din se beira nanka mbese ye container mako 1003 and o church baby a containers no because a door so ntinu yentumi mpake ni nyina ngu one place ye de bi call Atlas ye de bi call mia bebri and a minister ye konum tea ye form a committee ye say ye nya small number of ministers then so committees a ya form organ ha ye tuomuka no e say 100 ebi ene sa committee no ena nyame adom committee ni de o masema be den abetudwa committee no ba ya wo mo se o ma yeden 2600 over 2600 containers have been found enti committee na minister no one obeka nsemo na enimo a onu okọ establish na say o form sa committee no sa committee no aso omoye adwuma de ma eche oman Ghana na say committee na adwuma no members on the committee no ni etu omuka nti osofo a wo hwe me na ye beka kire wo say o ye be form ministers kakra bi ene fine ya form ministers ni kakra bi be ye dia koshe committee nipa na o say fa no minister ni bi na wanya because of political promise ni ntino ye di na koshe committee so emu odidisin even minister Yes. Enti politics is a serious business. The bia meka mfomso a wo ni sima sei no ebetwe waso mfie 9. Chief Justice ne nsɛm no ɛda so ɛkɔ na sɛnea meka kyerɛ mu no wotumi nsɛm yi ɛkata so nti wobɛhu behind the scenes na kpanya yɛse yɛyi maame na fie na ayɛ wo wanwa yɛka ne yɛgyae yɛka ne yɛde bibia bɛbom ne yɛgyae yɛnde yɛngyae kɔpem time a yɛbɛkɔ anasɛ we draw curtains on a particular matter. And the Chief Justice nsɛm no ɔde nia ɛyɛ lawyer for ɛka sɛ interlocutory injunction menim sɛ mboni yie dia lawyer wa ha ɔbɛkyerɛ me na yɛbɛhwɛ nsɛm a maame no erezi wɔ saa ɛyɛ injunction num na ɔpɛ sɛ court ɛma committee no stop them from carrying their duty ɛma yɛ for me wɔ mo no enti lawyer bɛkyerɛ nsɛm na maame no Chief Justice Gertrude Tokonu nsɛm na ɔyɛ catch court no say omu nyina so na ema omu dissolve na so omu cancel sa committee no ene numre lawyer be ma yate ase ne ya hwe ba bi a asɛm na yɛden akoduro obi ka kyerɛ me sɛ maame ne de ɔkɔsoro ba fam president ayɛ so obeyi ni de obeyi no ɛna ada no me ka kyerɛ mu sɛ process no po ye exhaustive process no na in the final analysis maame no ekoba sɛ recommendation ne kyerɛ sɛ ma yɛn yi ne krapo na ni ayɛ de ayɛ politics no yɛayɛ ade no politics nti obiara hu the intention behind the petition. Yes. Ebia na genuinely no the process no kwa will end say maame no onye mfumso bia. It's possible. Because you process now, how can you even conclude? But in someone empenifo mu aban mu ne e ka fa maame no wo bra mu opposition. In someone empenifo mu aban mu ne e ka fa the judiciary when they were in opposition. Eno na man crofire o madwene e ka se e kire o madwene se maame o ma hye sa de we no okosoro ba fom e ade a o mampani e be pam no. Ena ya link the attempt to suspend the woman no to Jean Mensah our electoral commission, because you see the previous government you Charlotte say or current government or darling girl into there see the current chairperson of the electoral commission. And the belief is that Tokonu justice get through Tokonu otiso se no or no ye de ade ne beto nanim no hwe na se emfa mra kwanso a obeka se emfa mra kwanso enti wan hwe a the attempt to remove Jean Mensah no wan hwe a enye yi enti ese yi ni fi ho a na ye de yanga se chief justice aba ye de ne ba na ye de petitions na koma no na wadi Jean Mensah ho dwuma anti aduko emi ngabo gbekene femo o handing over note ready anti Jean Adukwe Mensah femo o handing note ready ake ko otenwe ote enshonshi abajebo yejeme ameni Tokonu no aya true keke akeba ono inje sure akeshi onu ne kesa ne mumfanche mi se ne me nkran no den abamadi gankenke ene enumre eroti meko me guess so me kanfo Franco Trading Enterprise Franco Trading Enterprise ene ye kan Franco Trading Enterprise amegidi se ade a unim adekode pa sa wo hwe show we dia o madaroma eda ye adwada ne wuku ada bia yetumi di sa dwumadi we ebrewo eno nti ye kanfo wom edema phones papa ye Nokia iPhones ene Samsung papa ya abai ni nyina obenya bi fofofo so na oso watumi ahwe wo how far Father's Day ebai wo papa tumi abo ahwe wo pa no obetumi akọ Franco Trading Center o me package bibi fine e de amount na de akọche wo papa na ni real feeder kopim time odi be free akratesefo asase so enuti me kanfo Franco Trading Enterprise edema smart TVs ahodo aba dwamando no ukọ ho a obenya bi Franco branded air condition obekọ na air condition no Franco Trading no ebo ho fefefe eno so mfama ebo sei hi katachie ebe confirm amount me ba katachie fridges akese ahodo tintin kese ne buy etre eso ewai ni nyina ukọ a obenya bi na afi so washing machine blender any microwave ahodo wo pese wo de ye onyema no wo benya bi wo Franco Trading Enterprise nanumre me kanfo wo mo edemon ni kra CCTV camera ni adano me ka se chekronfo wo me fie no eno so wo mutombi the latest technology wo obenya anywhere in the world oko Franco Trading Enterprise o maso ya obetumi enyam from 0246 422 338 0246 422 338 and 0555 939311 na unsa ebe kaum na oni omadi juma phone papa fie Franco Trading Enterprise now face so Awos Unisex boutique especially yenuanom Mozambique for Sanla eba next week Awos Unisex boutique say omo won nepa e de mamu ma na mbe frantoma na mo pe slippers papa no we nye abonkele slippers papa slippers obi atonu 17 years ago ne ma ene ne nananom eda so se sa slippers only Awos Unisex boutique ena onsa ebe kawom uba no leather bags belt leather bags ma bags leather papa nya ne okuta na aye ohun fi unamo na wo prepare da bi enye Awos Unisex boutique enye omasu de no omasu de no leather papa ene belt amrantie ebo edeji omo fans na nado ne belt bi pa na obo me gidi se Awos Unisex boutique ena okoto shoes ahodo ema ene mema ni nyina obenya bi ewo omo asu nkola de kra ewo ho fa yentem nako Awos Unisex boutique then unsa ebeka enyema wo moton ewo unsa beka omojowulu opposite the First Atlantic Bank ena tesano behind the police depot airport so unsa beka omo terminal 3 departure C opposite Sandra Launch ena afiso East Legon baby escafo no wono Shashi Boundary Road hona womone Two Guys Supermarket ena ewo edan mu opposite IPMC eno so unsa beka omo 0244 649 379 0244 649 379 Awos boutique comfort and style na also watumi ahwe alpha yo samu akwa babiom the sit show ena wani egu so yi no wotwe abo na ye ni penimu bibedi enkomo kakra efa enyema bi a especially chama wontumi insem no na answer no me pese ye bekwa kohwe video bi about honorable Afenyo Marking the minority leader the enti ameyi video yi de akyere mo no for one reason o kan sembi efa ensemo epie emri bi na enkrofo kachire aban den na nado aban den say you have to act on these issues ensembe ne onfe no double salary say MP sa womoji salary no as an MP no masan koje no as your friend say ministers say enye ne kwanso ano no nenso yenya ministers yabobo bomudin ebi ene ebi mu da so parliament omuji sika no ebeto om account mu omunimpa say ense so omudi nenso no omudi na omasanji as members of parliament ema enkofo bebre kaseti esenka yetwe omaso ebekwa kutie honorable Afenyo Marking ntia omampani dada na ado danko akufo-addo nkrofo so vindictive or say ono kra no ebetie nsemo a pie efa sa double salary no eho nsem omo ndiechi odofo no kra wo mni say the former president one of the reasons a man krofo enya ne mugidie say oye obi a oye proyene ketachise he would deal with you. But I'm telling you, sir, people were disappointed because a choir na nkrofo say your man peninda da ebe faso atwe nkrofo omo follow and I say omo follow victim of some corruption issues no nkrofo any anye ho people felt to say the president was a bit soft certain people even though nipa dominate to abama no 2016 no had that belief say enough is enough. One more we have to deal with them. But people were a bit disappointed that Nanado could not crack the whip when it mattered most. I'm not saying say na say nipa no onye boni bia chinchina waka say obe nti no aye there be but the truth of the matter is that people were disappointed. You go tie Honorable Afenyo Marking on MP's double salary nemra.
To send a strong message that as a country we must not tolerate this. You get power to govern. Some of the hawks in the NDC, I'm not a prophet, some of those hawks in the NDC, they are destroying President Mohammed's image, but they don't know. They will get to know by the 3rd year. I'm not a prophet. The man has only 4 years. Instead of you to help him to leave a legacy, you want President Mohammed's legacy to be what we are seeing? No problem. When you are given power, it's like an ice block. It starts melting from day one. In few days' time, we'll be entering June. Not so? I'm sure we are going to hit December soon. Didn't MPP win in 2016? Hasn't akufo-addo done his 8 years? Isn't the 8 years over? Hasn't there been a new government? So, after time, you can't block time. But if those moderates amongst them will not preach common sense to those hawks, and they will continue with these human rights abuses, all in the name of accountability. And by the way, we are never against accountability.
Thank you.
If somebody has come into government and has left public office, obviously accountability is part of it, I agree.
Precisely.
But do it in a manner defined by law. Why would you just decide to keep somebody just to show that you have power? I want to say something to my respected friend, Mr. Raymond Acha. He will not be executive director of Yoko forever. Someday, one day he will not be there. He should be mindful of how he is going about things. You will call them, they won't even respond. You try to engage them, they will say, oh, okay. The next man, they will be tossing you. We will continue to peacefully dialogue with them. I'm not saying that if Untumi has done anything, don't take him through due process. No. But don't harass him. Don't persecute him. The man is sick. He's at their sick bay. They want him to die, then they warn him. If Untumi were to come from another region, if it were to be MPP that was in power, and a regional chairman of a certain region had been arrested, would have heard what the NDC would say. You put somebody all the way from Ashanti region.
Yo, other for say anya video win nana me ka ho asem say production hwe say omunsa beka video na me ka ho asem Honorable Afenyo Marking on MP's double salary and not studio or kasafa double salary no ho and then nana me pese ahwefo etie nsem a okan o ma reasons intia o man penin dada Nana Adodanko akufo-addo, even though ye nim MPs a omoje double salary no, Nana Addo nyina so a no gina want to me anase no mpese obeden odi ombefa mrakwan so because according to Honorable Afenyo Marking no, you know nyama ni bi won ma okofa ba ebe ma tension about manum in the spirit of cohesion ni sa we no ntino but people disagree. Seriously, I also disagree. Yes, because we came to power. Nanado came to power on the back of fighting yes and yemebisa. It is a ba Krofonya umujidie na unya sa tuminu na oba na obekase in the spirit of where e bi na yede tata mu no they don't understand the language of the spirit of cohesion. No. And we also support this will be accept the ordinance kan o man adwapade bia no. The laws must take their course. What you say, but a kwanya ombefa so the atata nkrofo no na Ghana for kasa etia. It is a production yeah. Sa video no I ready honorable afenyo marking on MP's double salary per se eti na yaba.
Did he?
No.
Yet Idris never spared government. Did he?
No.
Yet I remember that President Akufo-Addo said that look, they have committed a wrong. Those
the double salary issue.
The double salary issue. He gave them an opportunity to pay back. Many of the extremists in the MPP said no, they should be prosecuted. That was a straightforward case. That was a straightforward case. I don't want to mention it. But a lot of the leading NDC MPs who were ministers were caught in that web. Akufo-Addo said no. Why prosecute that large number of political class? No, it's not right. In any serious democracy, look at certain consideration. So what will be the gain if Aaron Idrisu, Ama Kofi-Boa, Ama Yarega, and all others were thrown into jail? It was a straightforward case.
Right.
You've been paid double, you've taken it. We could have read dishonesty in it. We could have read fraud. But the government said no. So I don't want anybody to create the impression that this government is out there to attack its opponent. Let's, perhaps, if the extremists allow space, there could be backroom engagement. There could be discussions to look at the substance and deal with it and then forget about the trivialities. But some of these extremists will not give space for moderates to engage for a solution. After all, if somebody said financial loss to the state, all right, we have a new law on plea bargaining, which allows you not to even plead guilty. Which allows you not to even plead guilty, but perhaps
find a way to pay back the money.
Refund to the state. These are all explored.
Your honorable minority leader, Alexander Apenyo Markin, Osahin Ena Okasano, ye G3, join news for Aswe Omadaroma and ye Zakansa video we. All church mu Nintia Omampeni na dada nanado na Okase. Issues na epie ye no ehun say that large number of the political class omaye boneno according to onwankasa ne kasa no it was a straightforward case odi omukokota omuntumi enyi omano ebetumi de omatum ba omampeni nanado hwa okoye saade na these people are representing constituencies, large constituencies and all that enti odi omu court sane e de omu kotutumo ebe ha ebe ma ye aba omanu. Meanwhile omanu so hia asumdwe say ebetumi de development abrayen okay or say it's a clear case of dishonesty, it's a clear case of fraud nanka wo de kwa we no ehonsem no ne kakra anya din e court me kra me nye lawyer kra de judge kra de ba me kajo we konfo eno anu no but omampani on humanitarian grounds, on cohesion grounds, on the ground say Ghana needed to move forward no or you say wo de enyehwe omumfa enkonkudi ena omakudi amene omaba ba mu no omochemu say debe wudi a obeji every and I agree with them. Join news adaroma ene yensaka nti afenyo marking honorable osahen madam for pa no so we pa de na meni no enye adwene ewo sa semia ena Titus Glover, the former Greater Accra regional minister, ono so want to me arrest omu nyina de omu ho agimu a ye hwe say ye beka na ya manu bail na ono so de nanu disem atudwa na in responding to the media question na yebisa no ono so edifa double track here na che say I think that time now he was in parliament and no ono so information about the double salary saga omampeni anya ho hwe ya eye osahin Alexander Apenyomakin aka ehun asemi enti Tatos Glover ono so eka ensem kakra efa eye double salary no ono so yengongo tie no yeba na yato adwumadi nso.
Is that a promise of retaliation if government changes power?
Anything. If it's retaliation, what? There are people. I was in parliament for 2 terms. Haruna Idrisu, Nilante van der Poy, Amakofi Boa. There was MPs who were taking double salaries. I know for a fact that when government had wanted to persecute them, our own MPs, our leadership, have to go and plead with Mr. Akufo-Addo. So please, we know how democratic you are. They've all erred. Leave them. And Mr. Akufo-Addo agreed. For the sake of peace and sanctity of this country, you understand? When Ibrahim Ahmad signed that checks, you remember? Those checks that he signed, he collects goods from the port, and the checks that he issued, well, didn't go through. That alone, they should have held him before court. When we came to power, we said no. He's a businessman. But please, arrange and go and satisfy whatever debt you owe and go and do it. Why didn't you take my brother Ibrahim to Yoko? Why didn't you help him to police? But we believe that we'll build the country together. The fact that he had problem with his church that didn't go through, for those monies to come to government. So look, find a way and pay back. And he did pay. That is how you build a country. But because you want to be, it's a political phase. So you want to use that opportunity to persecute him, to car him down. I can tell you, Wuntumi spirit is as high as this pole.
Yo, Titus ni Kwate Glover, ena yeti ni kan former minister for Greater Accra region, ena yeti ni kan. Ono so ede ni other side abam shedana me boy se be ya wobeti ensem no ase. Se asem no eba ye no double salary no kan be kan double track kra na asem de na asem mako. Double salary saga no eba ye no ni colleague MPs ni bi me de megidi say bia omo ye affected no obo Emmanuel Kofi Amabua, now Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, obo say Haruna Idrisu, a few other MPs. Yes, omo do so pa ema ye dom kese that time, the majority that time eko sre omampeni nanado say senia omo do so no wan hwe ya de insem bebre beba ena omo say nanado etie entino. You should understand, say the president then Nanado utie chaupa minority and as a majority then no de kotu nenim efa womo a anke ebetumi de womo akokotu no eti say obi bisawa no ene wahu how the thing happened according to Titus ni Kwate Glover and uti mobile sharing so say our own MPs pleaded with Nanado to forgive them and was citing example. Or some cite example about Ibrahim Mahama. Nanado Abreso or presente or your business no presente fake and as a bounce check. I say makum eduanan soon 47 checks. Yes. And what they call bank here. A bounce here sikano and go through check and go through. Now minim say mra efa issuing bounce check no say production munfa issuing bank checks we no ento screen so mame na yentumi ndi ehon kakra enkomo emfa ho issuing bounce checks na yenhwe say obi issue bounce checker eye mra no den na ka fa ho ana say asotwe ben na ewo issuing bounce check say what they check back bank ya wonim say sika any account num nanso what they trade ediama obi say onko no mfa nkotum obeko no ne aka che say there be 419 enya dia sika ewo account na nipa na ode check ne ema production pam choa momwame issuing bounce checks na yenko ene that screen so no o say issuing a bounce check into bracket a dark check in Ghana is a criminal offense. Nyamina meka. Issuing a bounced check, into bracket a that check, is in Ghana is a criminal offense, punishable by a fine and or imprisonment of up to 5 years, as outlined in the Criminal Offences Act 1960 Act 29. Mami sanfa ni biom. Wasi say who issue a bounce checker a criminal offense. Ye doko kota ye be chow damage fine kese pa we nya $80 million ye na ye dey about 500 Ghana no dollars no. Ana say ye do betum ye do betu efiase mfie enum asa ensamuin uko eye act Criminal Offences Act 1960 at 29 now as amended onsa ebeka sansem we o say the Bank of Ghana has also issued specific directives on sanctions, including warnings, reporting to credit bureaus, surveillance, and potential bans from issuing checks for a minimum of 3 years. Not just a Bank of Ghana so chombe be masa nipa no obe issue checks no, a bounce checks no. Ibi obe ka kire sa so nyina credit bureau, surveillance ne potential for nyina no say wo ye ma kwan e ma won issue check for 3 years in fear miensa ne untumi fa check enye business because what you atro ana you have committed a criminal offense according to the Act, Criminal Offences Act 1960 Act 29 no enuti enyam na make us asem we na da ho no se be ya obehu what it meant no. So nanado time no na Ibrahim Mahama he could have suffered this punishment by issuing 47 year bounced checks. Yes. Nenso omampeni nanado den oye ono na nitimu ode no den oye exactly enti ye bon ka ye se be ya obehu ensemu a eden ekoso sanyema nyina megiri se mumu dodo na murefi nanso ye be kai musa ye be hwe se ye be ko ahoma no so ne eye lawyer baako akasa edi nkomo afa eye wontumi issues no ho ene ono so role bia o play ewo eye wontumi issues no na yahwe how we resolve it. Minimum ka say minim information and getting me say yamanu bail. Minim say lawyer ati hu bibi dia but I've not heard say yamanu bail. Enunti ebeshe no me fa me guest and chemu guest idie oba ha chem say the whole of 2025 minye sure say waba eye me hot me city so na de the pa say yensa kan lawyer kese pa the private legal practitioner lawyer Stephen Asante Bequin ni din the pa lawyer Stephen Asante Bequin lawyer wo de akwaba ma ajoso boko de yete wonka che papa
yo hona eja edu bebia na de ntia
kwate kakra
ne asen ayi
ya feel power because legal issues about one na oboyen last year one na oboyen wo say jumedi we so ayenya legal issues enchechemu aja wadaroma na waba na wabecheche but 2025 the woman ya feel do the srewa say we have crossed half of the year. Timijidi say half of the year na ekon de ye no wa ye dase nyame Israel say ebusuan wo ye de
obia
ye da nyame ase na me pese ye kan ye maame justice Isaba Saki Tokonu Gertrude ni nsem na koso no menim say wa follow there but by way of giving obi a ohwe for the first time I want this asem no background kakra ne say you say petitioners bi atwere krata de koma omampani His Excellency John Dramani Mahama say maame no a committee say ni wa ye nyama che say o incompetent ana say wodi boni bi warranted her dismissal or suspension from her office as the Chief Justice. Enunti senior mranes ya yesis o mampeni ni nsaka nkrata bi saa or the coma a Council of State no mo so omo determine a prima facie case on the matter. Say krata na nipa na de aba no efa Chief Justice no nyina so obi wo mu a se etumi de me kai se na na do abreso petitioners bi so di bibi command is about omo tugu ye say ensem na ya twafa then Chief Justice I think Sophia Akufo if I'm right ya twafa no no nyina so bia ni so nanso ye mampani ene utietie ni nsem oka opposition I'm not surprised say asem no a travel this far enuti on tumra wa ye ne ese mra no ese ni so ye de command Council of State former Chief Justice our Council of State Mami Gloria Sophia Akufo me kaipa say ye swear in as members of the Council of State no kansembi na ye me the power so omo de ombeye different Council of State omo nkoye yes masa senia omampani beka bia enom de beye aye adwuma enti dodo na bonsem ma no say hey then this time around we are going to have a truly independent Council of State members. But me no ka say they dodo na you very disappointed in them. Yes. Because information yeti ye no say former Chief Justice Georgie Sophia Akufo no emra asem no ba ya omo vote on to determine whether there is a prima facie case or whatever no she abstained. Dientina o abstain here so wonim say ampa nyina so bi wo sa krata no petition no mu a you should have expressed your opinion on the matter. And now first say who say paper na say krata no mo de aba no ye bogus you should have stated it. Abstaining is your right, but I have a challenge and a difficulty in appreciating the abstention. Because say that Council of State will not be a yes or massa Council of State. That's where you should have expressed your opinion. And then she went further by proposing near Kosovo or Rwanda, ni Kenya, money, others, they are fine. But why did you abstain? Was there a friend saying petitioner by no? Edimu anase ade a yesi yetro etwere baby and I won pese ubebu president enim dienti no wan koto. Is that people are asking these questions? Well, fast forward and almost establish a case no near de no then she had to be suspended. There has been one story from one story to the other. Abrantie bi so ebai omampani establish a committee made I think chaired by Justice Puaman any domelevo suna no ne the previous abano issues. So the people who were even appointed on the committee no you should understand that some of them have issues with the previous government. And in office there no beka fa assembly no beka afa sempapa be no beka fa get to tokonu. You should understand. Ebimu kwa was we heard they say yes Chief Justice in the position no now they wanted it. And omo anya and maame tokonu ayeden ninsa ayeden aka enti sani pay e committee so na se maame asem beto nanimu a e dey na office obey. People raise concerns about even the constitution of the committee now on betra asem no so no they say right from the beginning what means a bias. Well, me lawyer send American but we can express our opinions on the matter. And near see and they say ye wo baby a ye we and then in so they in some court to discontinue the case Emma court no ebogu and na maame na nkasa ne ho aba asem tokonu no ono so ede asem no court senka okosiki injunction interlocutory injunction na court no ahye committee no say saa ehwemu no omoye nkom ye den omunjam ena numre me viewers lawyer ya pese ye hwe nsem a na ewo injunction no medien na reliefs senia emuka no reliefs ben na maame no den esiki ntia na o kase court no and granted that injunction.
Yeah, and me fa kwan so na minchia ahwefo
good
they kind of waka if Chief Justice is semu ya na that's why I no power kon dey say for I think petition ba kon mienu akodu president His Excellency na so Oguso ehwehwemu a Oguso ase ye ho adwuma na ba ko beka ho
okay okay nti mienu na call first and third one no call later okay
na third one beka ho nti mienu no call na ye so ba ko kra beka ho so na afide ama tension arising
yes there was tension in this country
yes arising now based on Article 146 of the Constitution, yes, ube yi Chief Justice in China, nina jina sa article no so. And kitin be bata ho on China there, but main law and provisional a guide. Removal of Chief Justice, Article 146.
Okay.
The Constitution. Edu baby are making can be.
Okay, ebe boy.
Article 146(1) no. Or say a justice of the superior court or a chairman of the regional tribunal shall not be removed from office except for stated misbehavior or incompetence or on ground of inability to perform the functions of his office arising from infirmity of body or mind. Nature say bia on tiapo na dwenu canon na dey no know there betumi the petition na kwako yi no and as incompetence or ye na dwuma ye law near or so there be a B no general so no there bo asem.
That's right.
Those kind of incompetence, you know. And also not by track.
Okay.
And then there is a third one, which is stated misbehavior.
Exactly.
The whole name so me problem so kakrawo.
That's right.
But you be teaching.
Okay.
Yaba nkrabata ebu ni nyina ka boma ebu oman the democracy oman executives no ho oman penyin na say for ministers
good
in fact eba basi police force o nyina ya under executive
okay o kan executive
nyina ka ena ye wo legislative I don't know parliament for MPs so also na wa mo hihye mba hihye mra no adwendwe mra no ha hihye wa bibia na che wa mo dey aba third organ which is the judiciary. Judiciary no and who asem na yeba because of Chief Justice.
Good.
Mra che say Chief Justice and na order judiciary ano that branch Penya order no pa Chief Justice. Both the judicial exercise or the judicial conduct of cases in a day, any administrative.
Okay.
She is the general supervisor of all. Good. So no dano. Now, Emrano actually a war. Article 146 said there per se utu obi say a nipa bi say a ekwan a obefa so aye. Okay.
Say your fat Chief Justice.
Your fat Chief
later no ye hu say she stated misbehavior ne sanya mo bi afa no one of them.
Stated misbehavior, incompetence or infirmity
of body ne sanya mo. Yes. Ekwan a see e fa so e di yi say nipa ne fi ho. Ya kire e wo ye mra no. Okay,
Constitution Article 146 no.
Good.
Now make I say me a problem with stated misbehavior.
No? Yeah.
So when the Chief Justice and yet her leadership token in person, America specifically. But then when a chief justice is said to have misbehaved, what exactly did that chief justice do?
That's a good question.
You be determined no as misbehavior. So, what can I say corrupt on grounds of corruption? Nominally, and easy.
Easy.
Yes.
Because bribery,
corruption. You yes, something for your personal gain. Those are corruption. But it's not talking about corruption. It's talking about misbehavior. Meaning, say, additional misbehavior. No, there is some definition. But what about if I write a petition to President and say, and now I who Chief Justice bedroom na sebia or son or to tone and nine
it amounts to misbehavior. Who determines that?
Yes. And I may call who na do me chamo baby Chief Justice you know one puna or tip from no fifi.
Yeah.
So all those things come under misbehavior. And see, meaning to what extent of misbehavior we are talking about.
That's right.
So that aside. Now I'm going to say, under any of these three elements, stated misbehavior, have they said, incompetence or inability, you write to the president in the form of a petition. The president will refer. In fact, before President Berry refer, matter if we look at what happened to akufo-addo, His Excellency, former President time, on the lawyers, the legal team, a shame once. Into whom then uncle Council of State.
Okay. For them to even determine the winner.
Yes. Do we even need to forward it? You see, the President and his team will look at it. His legal team or presidency will look at it. Okay, if the thing say there are issues into young fan into a Council of State or no more that was then they go and determine whether there's a prima facie case
or not,
and then report to the president to form the committee. Again, questions I have when it comes to the issue of prima facie. Who determines that? At the Council of State level. Who determines?
Sir, no, almost say the Council of State, so it's the membership.
Yes. On what basis would you state, say, this constitutes prima facie? Yes.
Okay.
So, because prima facie case, you would have listened to this part and the other part.
Okay, Lampacho, you can say prima facie, say there now. I say Humbisa, say you can say in Yinaso or Trimo. Can you say prima facie? No, in Yinaso. Say Asemna, ya diabano. Yes, in Yinaso be. In Yinaso be. Now in Yinaso.
When you saw
good.
As a seminal, a conanim.
Because I say, Kakaibi,
when you saw, as a seminal, a conanim. Now you could see a copens and pencils. At prima facie case, and then you saw Merenum Pensono. Not young corn, pencil, moon yet.
Okay.
We haven't gone into the details of the matter. Or can you share Nimun and Nima? Oh, Jesus is here, say, Jesus is here, Jesus is here. Oh,
near time the command.
Yeah. So,
Council of State.
Good. And see, Obi baby saw say, basis ben nyina so ben e na wo de kan say asemu
like crack tell you omo dia bay e
wo nyina so nti mon fan koma committee
good
so see those are questions hanging now. One more report back to the president. Because one more I can say in so a woman assembly muntino. I'm can say president be formal committee. Yes, committee no. We share article 1466 now. I say where the petition is for the removal of Chief Justice. The President shall, in acting in consultation with the Council of State, appoint a committee consisting of 2 justices of the Supreme Court, one of whom shall be appointed chairman by the President.
Okay.
And 3 other persons who are not members of the Council of State, nor members of Parliament, nor lawyers.
Okay. Look, Wadaruma, Mesraupa, where they are Brasimo. So we are now looking at the membership of the committee now. Say, yes, Kase, Omampeni, and I say, Council of State determine the prima facie now. Say, you form a normal here in Semunum.
Yes.
Okay, Mesraupa, Brasimo, Mamenje, Abua Fonka to be Sima. Na, Mebana, Yafia membership. Then you Abua Fonka to Nemra. Me Sam wakwa babium the 6th show and woni egusu and then me guest lawyer Stephen Asante Bekun ye hwe the Chief Justice's friend saying removal from office and I say her suspension na ye drew membership no so article 1466 no but message say obesan ahodu on amame na mayisa interview afi apart from interview no YouTube messages ni bia about say Gabewood TV or say Canada Agyapong new hit song video out now on Gabewood TV Daniel Amankwa or say he is out. Please check it well. Okay. And Isaac Ngoa or say Honorable Ken Agyapong is the best candidate to lead the MPP to get power for the party come 2028 presidential election. Watching you live from Mönchengladbach. Okay, Germany no Isaac also Odia Odebai. No one on Sunday but say please present where is it? I'm say free. I say please preach the visions and ideas of Honorable Kennedy Agyapong's visions and ideas. Well, Nidia Odiaban and well, Mamisha Messan Ako, Mamembra Aomanusuna Minsaka, a lawyer William Kusi, a private legal practitioner. Lawyer Mpacho Mika Mwajomo Akwaba.
Mejosu Minia.
Bokode.
Oh, yes, we hear me.
Yeda nyame asise Yesu hwewo lawyer ene numre ye frewa enye bone emra wontumi issues ni bae no ehyiase ewo Asante Mountain ewo ne residence yete se aprosifo bi ekotwa ne fie ehu enana there were conflicting reports yete se na uwo hobi na wokra no o intervene ye padema chairman wontumi ye besre wadawoma ede ne si wo chairman wontumi fie wa bra police for no eko surrounding no
yo ho anopa tututu Friday any nya call but me particularly chairman me firm say police were trying if you want here armed men
chairman wontumi ankasa ne frɛ wo lawyer Kusi. Okay.
And immediately I'm taking a bath and I'm calling. But I called other lawyers, MPP lawyers, to go to the scene because chairman I had distressed.
Okay.
And to me do a nice lawyers in the MZM can buy. Because I'm starting security for negotiations. I found out from them. I found out from them why they were there. And I'm touches a more search warrant. I saw a message to know by. They showed me the warrant, and I took the opportunity to call Untumi at the time because he was indoors.
Okay.
I locked the gate, so no more mobile. To my friend, catcher, no, oh, he has been to the National CID headquarters. Why I got taken a Monday until he's surprised that they are there.
Okay.
And I told the people that I said to me, report to us about Monday. Why do you want to arrest him in this fashion? So on the orders in the year. So I spoke to him back and advised him to get a means to call National so that they will instruct them to leave. And the negotiations there course that is where it's coming from.
Okay.
We negotiated and they were able to get Accra to instruct them to leave. So they left. And undertaking say Monday. Yeah, the police headquarters. And indeed Monday so so that's what happened.
Okay, lawyer, for one kakra say wo as a person who can say because enkophobia another platform so ye propaganda say chairman wontumi arrest no Honorable Ken na den e pushy for that. Enti enkofo one kakra say wo na wo bo Honorable Ken e chidom pa no. You are the same person who to me will call, and you are the same person who responded to the call and then negotiated on his behalf. What is that similar to say?
Oh, in fact, let me say Kennedy a camp no. We are for reconciliation. We agree that within the party we can contest an election, but in every contest there is a contest.
Yes.
And it's about the MPP leader. Now, if it's a Kennedy, they're the right person. Now, say we should be part of it about me. During the contest, we will contest and show rivalry. But two abani we pay.
That's right.
The paramount interest is the MPP party.
Yes.
And it is in that spirit. And I may so one will video be a press conference against him to me. Asking him questions. Say contract acquire a Moasi road wire no. It was during the contest. And to me have said Canada Agyapong back Asante with your bachelor. Quickly we organize ourselves and held our press conference. But after press conference we became one.
Yeah.
I've had a working relationship with Untumi.
Okay.
And those of us from Kent's camp, we are never against anybody who supported Bawumia. Tomorrow when we are contesting and Bawumia decide to contest, meaning some contest, because all contest here, you be opposed, no. But you two abani we are not can we near, you know, back.
That's right.
That is the spirit.
Okay. Eti enya no kreda say honorable Ken ena ema ye arrest Chama Untumi.
You see I'm say arrested in the car. Let me give you the sequence of events.
Okay.
On Friday they came to
who is Alex Tete?
Probably on social media. Now he sympathizer to Canada Agyapong.
Okay, honorable Asem. Okay, good.
Honorable Asem.
Okay.
They are no kasa on social media no so. And yes, Asem be I was say on okoche baby a Untumi wo me ekoche no. Meanwhile Untumi events no say police for corruption o man ko ne hideout. Ni fie a obi anim some ko search no. And he negotiating here no muja call here. The next Monday he walked voluntarily to the police headquarters.
Okay.
And he hideout when he got here.
Dabi.
And even if he said that, if you look at the sequence of events, it is not possible that somebody could have been behind the arrest of Untumi. Left alone it being Canada Agyapong. Na me denya me as me papa nankasa ko ye chire no emu ye de no so ko pe bela ma Untumi.
Yeah.
And you know why would Canada Agyapong want Untumi to be arrested and yet
no ankasa ko bela man.
Me say me ni America say me acho na ko tire to ho. Don't be surprised if you hear Untumi declare for Canada Agyapong.
Sir.
Oh yes.
That will be the most surprising news in the year 2025.
Exactly, it can happen. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It can happen. And they don't have any beef. It was politics. After the conduct, there's no issue. So that mentality,
okay.
We love MPP. We love every member of the MPP.
Good.
As far as it's against some other party, we support the MPP.
Okay. So lawyer, honorable call also call Uncle Kobwa na wama Untumi bail no. And then they see what?
They in fact they call 3 times. Or call no promise and every second time. Or call second to third one no. And according documents go, but police for raise technical issues on his document.
Okay.
Until then he had to withdraw the document. Otherwise, Kono and I guarantee Untumi bail.
Okay, so he had demonstrated, say he was going to bail Untumi.
Of course, with commitment, and of course, on my statement, the minister
Debbie.
He mentioned names of people who were insulting Untumi, including Alex Tete.
Yes, yeah, okay, I know that.
Exactly, exactly. So he was expressed on him.
Or say what warning no.
Exactly.
Good. You not just say lawyer na mo be hwe wo mo a mo kasa o mo do Ken adofo no say some of the statement no ba you should issue disclaimers so that people will know say we no enye honorable Ken because obi won ma the honorable Ken ho do e be kwa ye nyema e be kwa kansem na ye dey for honorable no so on tisa I think say team no should take note.
So I'm taking advantage of this big platform to tell all followers and supporters of Canada Agyapong we remain MPP as far as we support our candidate. Because also no on free party in Muda. A be free no that team.
Yeah.
And yes, Ramo. Mamon Cassent here party no. Say he start a campaign. We should all promote the MPP party, love MPP members, and show respect for our leaders. And I'm sure saying so doing we will win the sympathy of many other people who come and support us for Kennedy to come and save Ghana from perishing.
Okay. Na lawyer uka bail asem ya court ya tese yokufo no bail ebi po AC da e Africa ha ene ye de abo chama wuntu ya 50 million Ghana cedis bill. Na people were talking about varying it near home some. What 50 million no then about him, what were you thinking about?
As a lawyer, I was very surprised.
Okay.
Because bail anya boni awaya hu sika ne de ma se kotua. The alleged I say ni parba court here freno so that justice can be made.
Exactly.
And if you have someone like Untumi who has properties in Ghana, who has influence and position, yeah, Untumi abaso opera hu na he has a between sika kese we happen so. Now I cannot meet it. Look for instance, if the vice president has come to bail Untumi, what property does the vice president need to have before he can produce Untumi? What I say? He's worth more than the 50 million. And you know, they should have looked at the personalities behind the grant of the bail.
Exactly.
Their property, their investment, and reduce the figures to a reasonable amount so that they can be executed.
Even their reputation cries.
Their reputation, yes. And I think that it was on the high side. And that it was only meant to teach Untumi a lesson. I think that is true premature to teach Untumi a lesson. So court na say didn't have some no differ. I want them Rama Kwame a lesson. But at this stage there, he's presumed to be innocent. And anything to keep him in custody is wrong.
Okay, abrantie bi ewo social media feno Ian Moore or ye explanation kakra bi because na enkrofo so adwen yom say na den na honorable kasa etia corruption any corruption related cases yachi Untumi na osa common bail. How do you marry the two? Na o kire say senya wokan no say yachi obi a until proving guilty no Untumi nkasa charge na e de abon no so ne enokre. Jono akoye MPP ni honorable Ken aye MPP ni yachi MPP ni no akoye say yamfa no mfa mra kwan so de obeba be defend say nipa no oni Ian eye adwene wo sa asem we
papa menene ya din pepepe unim say ye wo man mu ha there's in political prosecution ye di asana ni eja nipa no so if you judge them as having stolen money and you tell me eja man what are you saying? So unless you are convicting him after evidence has been taken, you cannot say he's a criminal. Say ye di asem we na say kasi wo bokro na Agyapong would openly support the state to punish him. But at this stage there, nobody knows what he has done.
Exactly.
What I say, he has defense to all the matters that they raised.
That's right.
And the moment you court, for instance, some say why illegal mining, also no, or illegal mining that, okra license. And how can you say why illegal mining? Say why call forest reserve or so on call bimu. What I say, say why call loan they say civil. So the car bank limit masamana jomsika. And the moment you trouble. Na yen kwa asem ni asem ye diwie na se odifa. That is where all of us will support say it doesn't matter that we are MPP. Yeah. So about mine chrono dey also twena so.
That's right. Yo yatina won kakra se aban e de ahohare so ebe chi Untumi se bia stated charges na omude abono no. Na mom aban ba ya na enkrofo omugina eye court ebi mu sika ye say wo mo abo krono wo mo abo oman no 400 million 300 million 200 million opuni e de ka ho sedu agogo de ka ho ene mpanifo bebre na omugina court aban hwese wo beje say sika no e de ama Ghana na yetumi di bia kohye eye free SHS ni other developmental project John Mahama His Excellency Ghana mampeni obaye through the Attorney General Dominic Ayini almost say ansem no omugina court na sika no ka bom almost $1 billion no omumfankodi na ya jaom wo hwe sa ansem we na wo de betoto Untumi de we ho chairman lawyer don't you smell some umbrella in there
mobo areho. And what I can say is that this president is not protecting our democracy.
How?
Unim say Woma Ujam nebi ya prosecutor Mariama omo open defense o. The chance court na establish a prima facie case. Just a court na ji atum say bibi o mo so mu yi ano.
Exactly.
And the Obana say evidence that will be against the court because the court says there's evidence. And I will say there's no evidence against them. Which one should we take? Court now will tear evidence and they say there's an iota of truth in what has been said.
Okay.
The attorney said NDC, you can't commit a crime. In this present government, we are NDC and commit a crime. And that is dangerous. We are NDC and commit a crime.
Okay.
Now, Osha or Babi, our bungo for your very simple. One Delhi.
Ansanzadali.
Once I NDC, the young year, say invited to grab his own.
Nanka me baso.
And no show the trend that NDC by the Bumino. Also, it doesn't matter what offense you commit. Once you are NDC, you are immune from prosecution.
Okay.
Now the other finish say you discharging by non prosecutor. Government be able by the future a bit masancho.
Na say ya mfa non prosecutor na nche ho e.
You discharge kwa kura you do back court. Until they are not free yet. They should not jubilate.
The way I say they discharge you kura you do back court. No, let me say I think that you should be the next attorney general.
Any community na mess up life. 120 days.
Lawyer, you better see. Every no I Benjamin Shaw Bibre. Lawyer William Kusi, private legal practitioner, Sanka, Honorable Kennedy Agyapong, team no pa sentimentum there, Omaji Eddie, see or more so. Eruti, you better lawyer as a papa. Me for messages from me, Nubinka. Need Rita, or say the lawyer is talking about the law. Good. God bless him. Let me say no by when you were talking. Ample for appear Bernard. On say good evening to all team members. Please, we are in the month of June. We have to start working on how to connected people. Thank you. Let Ken be Ken. And also say yes, see June media. Not just say so be a get connected, and let Ken be Ken. No, Juma or no Sunedia or de buy. Answer na meko breaker lawyer Kusi Bebano na article 1466 a kasafa the membership of the committee na say omampeni set is almost established the prima facie na.
Yeah, fine. And say na me dey kan no committee no say Supreme Court judges mbenu. Nipa baasa ka ho a wo mo nye lawyers.
Okay.
Omonye parliamentarians.
Okay.
Omonye MPs. And I feel so omonye members of Council of State. Tina do account. I'm say in this case, you know, Domin Levune, I think 2 others in a keka. Okay. Now, one necessary one more share
no
committee I one more council Supreme Court judges in me.
Okay.
Right. Now, Justice Poaman, Gabriel Poaman as the chairperson. Good. 90 committee in advance one Baba Shisham, but now say I should share her ladyship, Chief Justice, Nin Samuin in a petition. Yeah, you are the born in our mobile shim. Berman, who can answer the lawyers in ABC questions. One my petitioners and one my church on baby questions. On also be can ask them. On also petitioners and babies and one question be now lawyers.
That's a normal process.
Normal process.
It's a cross examination.
Yes, and their friend cross examination. And so no echi na committee na tenas and one pension they are esi wo ho nyina. And sana one more that to crowd so I say we are kind of way can almost soon harm bobo muno ka so there be ebia we differ and I say odibim some more can you know so be
good
no more the one report akoma president so now ayi ba kwa say me can say Chief Justice who say be Honorable Asifua or
yes, Vincent Asifua.
Ono dey can call court.
Yes.
Or the Attorney General and the court about Chief Justice removal no money ade ni nyina. So or apply for injunction, interlocutory injunction. But I'm say omobogu 3-2.
Okay.
Judges me say nyina so ni menu say there be nyina so nso hwa dodo na fa no na we ni internet say womo ebogu ye na case na kasa de nso womo nyanko so.
Okay.
Nso ho Chenochi na Chief Justice na kasa nso aba out.
Good.
Ono so the Attorney General any nipa baanum no.
Okay,
committee members ni nyina akokot. And also Chief Justice file injunction.
Okay.
Yes. Ojina nsem mintumi kan nyina but according to ne affidavit wa file ye ye de call ye no or wakika ensem bi o chere se ojina sansem no so e ka se aba na se court emfa ne nsanto committee no so ema omo metena se womo hwehwe na sem no mu because say na akwa no in quotes onye womu ni onye womu ni say na waka Chief Justice no affidavit waka obabi say petitioners no baako Justice Pwaman and Edin asem. Okay. Na obuano
omo de asem no ebetu president asu ye say yenyi maame ni fi no
baako ho a
committee members ne baako
committee members ne baako and Edin asem and obuama no obuama nipa na wa petition.
Okay.
Wakika nsem bebe yentumi nkan nyina wa ha
amrenti
o say baby ayeti asem no nikun ene ne mba ye say wo mo ba ho abetina se etie de ekoso ya mo mo kwan mo mo.
Okay.
So ya mo kwan amo mo nwuram o say first day wo mo shase say committee no eye adwuma ono ankasa entumi anko ne lawyers ene koye enunti in English also recognition oma lawyers recognition ti ama lawyers na nkasa because when say just a Chief Justice na nkasa wo we Chief Justice na asem I'm just reproducing what I have read as part of her affidavit baby o say all room you searching no the body nyina na there the lawyers cry them say jiji wo mo phones but petitioners no lawyers no there yamo de wo phones ekoi.
Okay.
Eko demo ho. These are some of the things. Among other things are wakika ne bebre people listen one after the other.
Okay.
Nti no for say the wakika ko there enya there obenya atentene ne bibisa free committee members no ho. Entina na ko de ono so the petition koi or the injunction koi for interlocutory injunction or the koi but ono ne then the ekoye 5-0
as a judges ne hwe no mo so on pronounce mo kodo
omu nyina ebutia no.
Wow.
That is how far they have gone.
Not just say judges ne nyina 5-0 not just say what option does she have again? Just say assembly de try the ombetra so. Yes,
try the ombetra so.
So what about there was another issue about meeting in public. Say yes. Ye no okukuam.
Yes.
But ma me say opese ye yima Ghana fo nyina hwe na ye hu questions aye bisa no any anu ye odiama because I think that it will address the confusion around the stated misbehavior no. Say questions won be bisa no any anu ye no de be ma no nyina so on be gina so aka say okay any you suspended because you have committed whatever no e be ma Ghana fo so aye den ehu onene ya adwene say yen
one aspect ama asem no hu no kosuru bebre ni say bebre fa kase na yenim dia Chief Justice na ya wo mo gina so de yesa
exactly yes
I was speculative
and lawyer I'm say the Ronona ya petition about her no doesn't she have the right to get the content in the petition?
In fact, it's as part of one of the grounds or they call for injunction and they say as at now no only details of charges
but it's not fair.
Anybody can be. Now when it comes to some or CNT work constitution near constitution it can be beer to me where the bureau how you saw bet me as a son bet me the sacred kakra bem where the bin so no you saw where the bureau also know you saw we share any it's final
okay
we share 146 article 1468 I say all proceedings under this article in 146 in the Chief Justice, all proceedings under this article shall be held in camera.
Okay.
And the justice or chairman against whom the petition is made is entitled to be heard in his defense by himself or by a lawyer or by other expert of his choice.
Okay.
And the operative word here is shall.
Shall. And shall, no, what does it mean?
Shall means what's the sana?
Okay, so if I get you right, it means
mandatory.
That the law says that assembly say
yes.
Chief Justice if you on is here.
Yes.
And who asem kanu and say yeah the bar bedroom now can't the judges and I say can't the court look at the interest people have in this matter? Any the political twist send you can earlier on no based on in someone or mampeni or see our can or opposition any other members of this government or can on opposition now to who said they have targeted this woman now you the petition about now the nipana ya petition about onukwa no onimu someone ya kan fa no ho na dey asem kwa kwhye kokoamu aka because constitution na e ka no ade we beto dwade it will be difficult for some of us to even you know agree.
True. But when we say
the law is law.
The law is law, and constitution will not look at. There is another aspect of law we call public policy, public interest policy. And so, is public and any but that to that extent, you cannot go against the constitution. Say maybe any other law, lesser law, being can and they're fine. And also public you weigh the public interest policy against that law.
Okay.
But when the constitution is matter of all laws in Ghana and any way.
Oh, okay.
No laws are what Ghana share to kutia any provision in the constitution that to the extent said that mrano akwatia we no null and void.
Okay.
So say no yes sir. I can tell you, sir, the next day you be no be is unconstitutional.
Okay. That is I have a problem with it, but yes. Mamifa nchiakese pa mifama Sister Regina only team members are more feel at home catering services. Feel at home catering service how they do papa Sister Regina only workers nyina na numre ya tese mo hey papa community 10 adjacent Monte Carlo Tema and then numre mo bie volume no pa nyame ehia mu nyina Regina ne staff amowo feel at home catering services our community 10 ene numre ya chiamo na memfa belated happy birthday Emma me amedofo madam for me bibia me nuaba Yvonne Damwa Central University Yvonne Damwa and afi so ene happy ene birthday of Ernest Ajenim Boatin me madam for ono so Central University one Emmanuel Enyima dodo na afre no Elembele Keke ene oye deputy CEO edema Minerals Commission in charge of support services ene one Ernest Ajenim Boatin ene ya mo birthday ya mamo happy birthday ya sinyankopon entomo nkwandem no mie opportunity no na sika bebre emra na ebi enso ye nyina so eno nti mbehye so ma mie phone lines no mie phone lines no na ofra odin ene bia bia ofra fi 0240550899 numbers no egu screen so odin ene bia bia ofra fi na wako asem no pacha o ma asem no emfa nkomo ye di ehun enum ewa ha enumre ma memfa ofrefo a odi kan na yenko yenim hello yeah maju ofa
yeah mo
udini
pacha ho ye de
nyame adom pacha udini be bia ofrefi
pacha me dey prince from me kasa free Amsterdam.
Oh okay we are prince pacha kasa
yede benyami ase na misama mboni adwuma pa obo
medase
really me concern is MPP for no bibre aniwo omomfere aniwo
omuni ferry ana say also okay we dey koso
ferry I say ye kase kramanya tafru obi ani ase
yeah
I asante kasa
yeah
o kramanya tafru obi ani acha Uni aniwu abonsa.
That's right.
What you say?
That's right.
Could you believe sir? More bebano, more MPP, the anti-crime vote to NDC out. More na mami who say Haruna Idrisu, Albert Usman Babin, and my friend is
Kofi Amabua, Emmanuel. Kofi Amabua,
very good. Omunina the double salary. Munina minimum. You bear witness for that, uncle. You bear witness for that. Now, what change means I was working out so Albert Usman above me tap on another office. Akopana chow amano. How?
Enti nanado, Prince. Enti nanado kra eka said there be ompenia. Ki ebe friend no all sort of names. And o kasa ontie. And I say ni.
Very good, bra. Uwie yeswa. Change means I was one for you. What's number be gina simple so near passo radio station kase. Una wo so nsa ekwa
Are you proud of it?
Mo buamagana. Mo buamagana na ya chichire ananse mo buamagana na ya say no. Because who say wo kokopa na chew ama mo so mabebo kro no na mo so mo kro no mo bo wi a obi anso mo nsa kojo ma office akokopa chew. Asichire no. That is the whole issue. Nigina because Papa say I work bokro no na so inside the one could a friend say George Otibonsuo akopacho Kennedy anu. Inti minimisa me so me ba na me bobo George Otibonsu kro no a wo so be so me inside the man ko Kennedy akopa na chew. Abasa wo chichiro man na say wo bo man.
That's good.
O de kanukro.
Yo.
Inti no yes ro mo a omu deserve Inti Kennedy da on twene ho mfra kromfo no na kromfo na omo kase no omo so omo niama.
Yo.
Me da maseme kwa obi ababi.
Yes, yeah, that's ba ora a praise from Pong of Refi Amsterdam no ha Netherlands. Mamenfa of Refo Otoso. Hello. Of Odini be Afrefi.
But you want from Ninja, make kase tira adenta.
The fellow Ninja.
Adenta.
Ninja, okay, Adenta Ninja.
Like Bella.
Yes, sir.
What's your matter?
Yeah, I to say.
That was new with my power.
That's it. That's it.
It might be also now watch it.
Yo, Mate.
You program, Monday, I sure they higher, Papa.
That's it.
You're also now. You're talking about women.
Good.
Thank you for that's what you're seeing here. You may say that who will share it to me. Now, Mahama, they were part of Ghana and a Papa Party. Ghana, I was down for, or also really do. And to me, saying that don't be here with rather than winning a million.
That's a papa abonite mammy, Yami Bishao, that's a Bishao heaven. Maminfa or Frefwa or Tosso. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, I would deliver your free fee.
Mohammed Ali.
Mohammed Ali.
Mohammed.
Yeah, Mohammed. Mbacho Kaswa ana Mamobi Mbacho Kasama. Yo.
Me sama me can be kind of the mention some unity that that will be a minister bagashi.
Mbacho Kasa de Kakana maintain ya okano.
You say because kama wiki or does you could say ya grant me the first question.
Yes, me started program because as at the time I made show no so na me nya sa information no say ya granting the bill na say oda so edem.
Okay, thank you. And the second question. Young question. I'm going to give the scholar this time. Thank you from the there were people behind us.
Mohammed Olai no and Mr. Jayi na sign Frebium Maminfa of Refua or Tosso. Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening, Ofa. Mpacho Dini baby of Frefi.
Oh, you're from Yahweh Nim.
Ora Yahweh Nim, Frefi.
Free Nungwabaria.
Yo, Mpacho Kasamami.
I am me Pebia with support to MPP pa. But near Air Costono, it served them right.
Okay.
You see, MPP for Yankrophobia, almost say Christosum for, and I will more and then.
Christosum and your bonio.
And your bonny fine. But Ubi your bonnia, I see it's in a punishing. And this is for atrocities are my MPP, they couldn't say anything. And I can give you example like a Wadako, former boss manager. Or prosecute you. And so MPP photo one campaign. And say, what ye day your and I had a year.
I told you, Oma.
It served them right. Next time, Omoba power, they will learn sense.
Okay.
And they have connection with NDCs. MPP Nukra, Abrantia, Epe baby, Ejina, no, the NDC Nyasho. And no more Breno. And me catch road today. MPP, NDC party, me Tawama. Me background NDC nya me gwaware. I'm telling you the fact.
Yawanim.
Osere.
Yawanim wa masre numre we ma lawyer so asre.
Let me tell you, right from the Roaring.
Now Baba there.
Oh yeah, mo Baba. Right from Roaring's time. Roaring's time. Sa party no mo ya hoya. Who skakra na omo ya. And omo banso and some funny name of fo omo ye no. And MPP for instance you bet you woman into bench woman. Yo. Until no one serve them right.
Yo. Yeah, ora ya enim ya dasipa o de fi nungwa ene ba nyame ehraw se wakasa yi. Mame for frefo so. Hello.
Hello.
Ofa odini be do frefi.
Yeah, for me Edward Odoi me kasa free Mamprobi.
Ora Edward Odoi Mamprobi.
Yeah, but kasa ye nokra no bia onnim se jeje eboa akufo-addo.
Me pacho utie wo TV ni so ma ye feedback tie wo ye
madum nokra
ba ma ye feedback bia wo da so ben no ntinum se wo a.
Okay.
Odo yi won.
Pacho
Odo kasa mami.
Bia wakasa sesi ano onnim se jeje ina eboa akufo-addo. In over power. Now the race is one before in the tea fast rapport. In a Omudi Chesi NDC for Omujeli Jelium. In the Omukase MPP bar in a Omu Yashi in a NDC for NDC for the start here.
Okay.
Sami.
Odo obetumi afrebium say want to me anyina so yeah Maminfa of Refo Tosso. Yeah, hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, Bacho Udini baby afrefi.
The friend Emmanuel Francis, the people proposing the top.
Emmanuel then.
Cranton Emmanuel.
Okay, Cranton Emmanuel. Who free?
Kofodia the top.
Okay, Kofodia Betom. Mpacho kasa mami.
Yo. No, asama I'm working on it. It's what's your memory part. Is it for artist? You can be cancer.
Also, my day.
Automatic. Agyapong.
Okay.
And the two dollars so but also the Ghana for the video and the video. When you tell it the Agyapong. Yeah. When you say that why you 2 years matter about
Madam for Kano ADDA Adanko Dada Dre.
Yes. You will tell us not to continue. Na mestre yes people
okay. Yo, Emmanuel Cranton, Yami Israel, Papa, Yedasi. Mamin fa offer for Tosu. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, I would didn't be Afrefi.
Yes, I'm Peter Obo.
Peter Obo.
Yeah.
But your Frefi.
Me Frefi after water.
Mpacho Kasamami.
MPP4. I'm on a pen at Saturday with yes. If you say, Utu Omo for Monka.
Okay.
Tell me about 2 hours. You catch one say, you to look at Kennedy Agyapong. Jomo Fanomra. No more than a buy, they really. Happen one. How much did they be that? Woman Tiasi. And no more than no more capa and no more than no buy. If you are near pay, and the eye will can go really young capa the way at the back.
Yeah.
And not that.
Yeah.
Who in your capa the Emma? Your capa, yeah, wait, then. Yen the enemy air cosu. But all catch no moment.
Okay.
And here the pay, and after your far.
Yo. Peter Obo on also the need free a year Achimota. Maminfa last caller na yenko. Peter Obo the need free Achimota nearby. Yeah, hello. Mohammed Ali.
Yes, please.
Mpacho kasa yeah.
Na kama pesa ni lawyer. Mkofoni ya matem pokot. NDC da eyiom. Embram etin wo hote mobile bia ba bitin kan da mo kokot. So this ni ekonomi na mkofoni na bitin da mo kokot.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Oso omo ana ye de omo gina court na ma ne na ban ba ya omo si omo fasika no kudi omo ko fie no. Se aban foforo ba ebetumi esan de omo akokota na. Okay, Muhammad Ali, lawyer be wano nti ubetumi atie ewo TV no so why? Medasi.
The question no yes, aban foforo ba anasa aban we ya anasa foforo ba obetumi asan de wo makokot. Say na ye hunu say ya do asem kokot criminal charges. Na ye discharge o keke. Ye discharge o keka. Emri bia mu ye betumi asan ache wo esan do akọ.
This lawyer kusi kan nole prosecute abuse and so yeah.
Mami chechim.
Okay.
Say do asem court. Say ye chew ye bo kwadu say wakoye boni bi wakoye bibi a to mra enti ye do court ekudi asem. Ebutia wa ye do betum anase e be fine no bibi sa. And a friend criminal prosecution no. Attorney General I won kwa say emiri biara case no ba biara edru biara no obebam na wabe file no only prosecute on prosecute bi.
Okay.
On prosecute bi to say na no only prosecute so mrama Attorney General kwa say so file you can't ask him why. he can file
lawyer because a being a current attorney general say who knew kwan po say almost anka ya establish prima facie case who tie lawyer ku si isem no kana na je say court no kwa jatu no say ko wo insem o so mbe ya oba ye no o say there be some for me and this and obi antumi mbisa no
fe act 30
wow
criminal proceedings act no I file untumi mbisa na sem aden na wunni asem yo untumi judge ni kura ntumi mbisa
oni wunni
no say judge na twa sem so so no be na why yes
all right
but then going for we say oh, you do have some work court criminal charges. And a criminal prosecution you have to be convicted and then punished. You be convicted where the for now you are punished. So we be quite them and I be finding one na BB aside. On the other hand, you bet to me a declare say would bim asem na we can wunni for
wa bra ye hwehwe
ya kan asem ni nyina awie no
okay
because say wunni for
all right
na fe ya discharge wo so ya kan asem ni nyina awie court make say wunni for asem ti asem na afani na wunni for
okay
nti me discharge wo
okay
and also
all right
and now there won't be any say assembly yen go into details but me discharge.
Wow.
And no court na can say win for we discharge wo keke and they can arrest you as you step out of the courtroom. You can be rearrested.
No, I'm right about to say we attorney general about to be in school because obi gina court na ye bonu kwadu for $400 million. Now we attorney general now what's out to me do to make us say Kofi na so offer che gwa no bro e mu $10 million. Say why ye there be e say yin attorney general ni bi lawyer e better say obi ye nana kosua o say can lawyer Stephen Bequeen come on the seat show quite often. His discussions are rewarding. Until we the nyam na make on to unze me frefre na je say me nkrofo na na ebo lawyer we there 30 seconds emre no aso obetumi abonto fan kakra ma me na
you talk for kakra me born say need to refer no Chief Justice
yes
removal mesem painful na wamma even though constitution they say tie no kokoa mu de so mama enye pefe enda ho so na minim say oba president oba panyin no na constitution no kire ne say onye no ye na asem no so kwanya ye fa so ye betie afa ne afa no bi
ya fair.
Chief Justice complain back on say ono de wo mo say obekasa e betie na no asem from ono ankasa on Chief Justice no come na mom petitioners ne de
omo twa krata fa no de omo ma omo bi am bi so ma
sem na be kasa ma wo
wow
say no credit
wow when you know miracle you know it creates suspicions and doubt
because me to intro letter na me nkwase
yes yes ebanisa na confirm me kura masema amaka o ze petitions no kura no ebi mo on ma yenimom kofo bi na tena ba bi na on twetwe krata say
say the pefe that's and kura ne dead that say yenra mame so kwa
yes no be ehun say o we there
it's a win-win situation
nti adwobro wo
me den chiaba me hoka fon so Mabel
hey Mrs. Mabel Asante Bequeen Mrs. Mabel Asante Bequeen wadawoma
me mano so Adom Asante ena Inshira Asante
hey Adom Asante ene Inshira Asante ntitiri ni ma Mabel right wa allow wan ka untumi mba ntino we de nyina yesi ma Mabel ya chia o ene numrewi na me fa ncha kese pa so ma the latest doctor in town ya bonu degrees mienu Dr. George Oti Bonsu Dr. George Oti Bonsu ushia no na wanka doctor na obetumi de wakokot and the prima facie case bia any de na numre ya te say Dr. George Oti Bonsu businessman kese pa ohwe the seat show ne enumre ye chia o ne enumre odofo ye bedase say ope brainer ohwe ye yentumi anka private jet no wasem it was deliberate because another information about me person Nyankopon ya adoma wukwada yetumi de panimu bi bana obe kyerkyere nsa insem num enoti ena deliberately mijaye no enoti mbehye ne so nyame ya adoma wukwada ebe ye behwe the private jet saga, the politics around it, the propaganda, any unprincipled politicians are war or my Ghana. More I'm afraid Nyamishamu, social media, so Nyamishamu, YouTube, Facebook, Nyamishamu, be penny for a bomb, Chidom, justice, Alful, Eja Ando, Kwesi Nielsen, Sarkodie George, Focus, Dixon, Benjamin Tay, Elikem, Ima, any Kobe Scratch, Mante. And a bomb chidom and net a day. I think today is 3rd June. Second, me pentem me comment him. And Utinyamia do my job, Ukwada, Ebesan Asia, Macramuna.